Because I prepared one more tone between these tones, the reddish tone and the black tone. I am preparing one tone, that is a dark brown, and here you can see now it's looking balanced. Yes, yes. Now that is why I'm doing this mistakes, so that I can show you. Sometimes we get frustrated that okay, it's not looking perfect. What should we do? So we can prepare this type of some tones, some undertones. Add something dark or add something light to your same color. If the first tone was yellow, so to yellow I added some red. It turned into a orange. Then the next color I was looking for red. So instead of adding pure red, I mixed my some red to the same color, the color which I was using first. Then to my same red I added some black. So we are just using the same color. We are not picking something new, we are just adding. Okay, so yes, so this way we have to do. Now if I directly pick the black color here, pure black, so what will happen? Again it will look a flat. Okay, you will not see any depth in a work. So it's very important to work on the this type of, the detail part, the depth. And then now this layer is a little bit it's yes, colors are different. Okay, which part? The bottom one? Ah, yes, 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 it's not blending. So sometimes we need to use a dry brush and sometimes we need to use the pure paint. So make use of your brush strokes, because when we have something in our brush, so we are applying, and still we have something left in our brush. So I, instead of rinsing, if I see any warm area, so I just go and apply that dry brush. It will create some different kind of effect which you can't create intentionally. Okay, so this is what I do most of the times. Again I'm using some yellow. Now if I want to lit some of the area, what I can do, this part is little bit dry now, so I can, to my same layer, this brown tone, I'm adding some yellow. Okay, so it's from the same family. Now here I can add on top. And I will be keep on adding this yellow to my brown color. So I'm simply trying to show that some of the light hitting these areas, these darker parts. Now here the water is less and the paint is more. And see, this is what I do, the dry brush. It create some natural effect. Then if I want to show something, like I want to show the pathway, so we can do it. Okay, but we can't directly apply the bright tone here. We need to apply some undertones. Okay, so here you can see it was quite black, quite dark. So step by step we are letting that area. Now I can now apply some white to my yellow, same color. This way, step by step. Then I can increase the brightness more. Here I can use a dry brush this way. Or you can simply add some water. So you have to take care of that we don't have to apply the direct bright tone and the direct dark tone. We have to create some tones. We need to expand the tones. That is very important. And if you want to increase more brightness, so some yellow, white and red. And when we don't have any idea what we do, we directly apply the bright light and we think that why this area after, and sometimes we are just applying the pure white to make it more bright. Okay, but that doesn't work because we have no idea about the colors, how to work step by step. So here you can see now I'm adding some white to my yellow, my red. And same, then again I can increase more brightness, add more white to same color. Okay, and you can see it's getting more into light. More white to same color. And then the pure lights we can add on the top. So pure white we have to use at the end when we think that this is the last stage now. And now I'm adding the pure white on top. And yes, so this was a quick and little demo. Yes, Suma, if you have any questions, you can ask. Yes. Yes. So it was just more towards the color mixing, that how we start, especially when we do the bright type of lights. Okay, and still we can create something here, like we can work on few clouds. So it's possible that we can do multiple layerings. Okay, but if you have the correct knowledge of color mixing, then we can create anything. Yes, 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 yes. Hmm. We need to understand. Yes. Hmm. Somewhere we are keeping the crisp light, somewhere we are keeping the blending more. And this way, see, if I add one cloud here. So we can change the whole thing, we can change the whole painting if you have the good knowledge of that mixing, color mixing. for if we have to show the things in distance, so we make it lighter. This way. So it's now the completely look is changed. And we can do a lot of things, we can completely change the whole painting. So yes, but the main thing is how we take a start. This is important. Okay, so practice this, and when you will do on your own, then you will get some idea that whether this is working or not. Okay, so because we need to learn how to use a thick paint, yes, thick paints, thin paint. Yes, yes, yes. Definitely, definitely. Today I'll send some, or yes, after the class maybe I'll send some pictures, or if I have one or two reference, I'll definitely send. Okay, so or just do watch the recording also. I'm going to upload just after the session, so also watch this part. Okay, so yes, Uma, I okay, okay, no problem. Okay, so only 1 minute is left, so in between the class will end. So it's like we need to include thick paints also, we need to include thin paint also, we need to do blending also. So multiple things are happening in this one painting. Somewhere I'm using the thin paint, somewhere I'm using the thick paints. For you can see somewhere I'm using the dry brush.